Buster joined Ike at the tables, laden with foods of all types, from local produce to specialty homemade dishes, and he put a little bit of everything on his plate. "I ain't had a real good home cooking for some time," he mumbled to no one in particular. Behind him, Ike said, "Don't let Lorraine hear you say that, and don't ever let her hear you compare her food to Margaret's. If I knew for sure which of these dishes were Margaret's, I'd steer clear of them. Not sure how Rob tolerates it. Maybe that's why he hadn't asked her to marry him yet. It's a wonder he ain't skin and bones." Their laughter stopped when Margaret hurried up from behind. "Why, gentlemen, why don't you try some of my rhubarb pie? I made it special for today." Buster removed his cowboy hat, revealing thin graying hair. Thank you kindly, ma'am. Don't mind if I do. And Ike here, he was just saying how good it looked, weren't you?" Buster wore a wry smile. Ike cleared his throat. Yes, ma'am. In fact, I was just asking which dish was yours. Wasn't I, Buster?" "That's a fact, Miss Margaret." Buster nodded and wiped his forehead with a tattered bandana. Margaret blushed. "Well, thank you. Let me just help you to a serving, Ike." She enthusiastically lifted a large slice onto Ike's plate, her ever-present parasol tucked out of harm's way. "Please try it while it's still warm." Ike took a small bite and swallowed quickly. A hesitation, a hand to his mouth, and a long drawn-out, That's mighty tasty, Margaret. Mighty tasty indeed. Say, that reminds me. You haven't seen my wife, have you? I ought to check on her to see that she's not been whisked away by some fella better looking than me. But Buster here ain't tried your pie yet, and I know he's eager to do so, so I'll leave him in your good hands." He tipped his hat to Margaret, winked at Buster, and hurried off. He found Lorraine at the other end of the food tables, hemmed in by several women, all chattering about what a beautiful day it was to have a spring festival.